Hi Leute und willkommen zu GreedFall. Im letzten Part haben wir ein Brandmittel bzw. ein Mittel gegen Verbrennung für einen verletzten Soldaten gemacht, der wahrscheinlich dabei war und gesehen hat, wie unser Cousin Konstantin angegriffen wurde und wo er vielleicht hin ist. Und wir mussten irgendwie in Game 24 Stunden warten, bevor wir was machen. Und das haben wir jetzt abgewartet und wir können da gleich wieder rein und dann sollte hier erstmal ein bisschen geheilt sein, dass wir ihn ausfragen können. Aber erst noch hier diese Notiz. Unsere Situation hier wird immer prekärer. Von der kleinen Truppe, die ich ausgeschickt habe, um die Anhöhe zu beobachten, ist nur ein Soldat zurückgekehrt. Und er ist in einem Zustand, der uns leider wenig hoffen lässt. Ich weiß nicht genau, was dort passiert ist, aber ich glaube, dass wir gut daran tun würden, uns nicht weiter einzumischen. Und diese Nachricht lag erst hier, als er fertig geheilt war. Ich bin vorher schon mal rumgelaufen und da lag die Nachricht noch nicht da. Doch irgendwie gehen die Türen hier nirgendwo auf. Okay, dann. So. Das sieht doch gar nicht so schlimm aus. Der hat doch gar nichts.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better.
Da nichts.
A lot
Wo hat der
better.
Verbrennung?
Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming. In our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantin Catasachs and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes. It's best I leave you now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Ich kenne ein paar Rebellen. Die sind in der Nebenmission, die man... Moment. Habe ich die Folgemission davon? Ich muss mal gucken. Wo war es? Nee. hier drunter ist sie nicht. Muss also eine Nebenmission gewesen sein. Nein, 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 nein. Das hier. Angriff auf die Karawanen war das. Genau. Zerschlage das Rebellenlager, da waren wir da. Ich habe aber die Rebellen am Leben gelassen. Nachdem sie versprochen haben, die Karawanen nicht mehr anzugreifen. Aber die Rebellen haben gesagt, sie wollen jetzt die Stadt Al-Zad angreifen, weil die halt Leute von ihnen gefangen genommen haben und sie wollen die halt befreien. Und da ich keine Nebenmissionen mehr weitermache, die vielleicht dazu führen, dass in der Hauptmission irgendwelche Leute mit Gewehren uns umbringen wollen, werde ich das lassen.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please, I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man, and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good woman, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
2000 Erfahrung, nehmen wir doch gerne mit. Kann ich meine 50 wieder haben? Vom letzten Mal, bitte? Ich glaube nicht, dass das funktioniert. Okay. Oh, das ist hier mit auf der Map, wo wir mit den Clan-Anführern der anderen 3 Dörfer sprechen müssen. Das ist ja nice. Da müssen wir zum Camp Digidensenlager. Ja, ansonsten ist hier, glaube ich, nichts. Hört auf, überall Baumstümpfe liegen zu lassen. Das ist ja... Bleibst an jedem Ding hängen, ey. Okay, dann können wir das für die andere Quest mitnehmen. Genau, das waren die anderen Rebellen, die auch schon mal Ärger gemacht haben, die in der Ruine da leben, wo wir die einen Entführten gerettet haben.
If you can ward off this feint.
Oh, fertig schon. Es ist... Ja, okay, wenn alle 3 einzigartige Waffen dabei haben, dann sollte das auch schnell gehen. Genau, das waren die Typen. Muss ich jetzt wieder hinten rumgehen? Oder darf ich diesmal vorne rumgehen? Können Sie sich überlegen. Hä? Ich meine, die wären so oder so, glaube ich, Two-Hit. Wenn die keine Armor haben.
Do it! What are you doing? Who let you pass?
Your men. We're here to parley with your chief.
Parley? With Reichtümer? You truly believe that...
Leave this to me. I want to know what they have to say. I know you, Reichtümer. It is you who freed the lion prisoners. Speak. I will hear you.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us of taking him? Let me throw him out this Reichtümer and his ilk therein. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
You should calm down if you want the location of your camp to remain a secret to the world.
Is that a threat?
It's a fact. Until now, it hasn't been necessary to reveal to your enemies where your camp is. It would only require a few simple directions, and your rebellion would soon be snuffed out.
Do you truly believe that we will back down from threats because we fear the lions?
My friend has offered you an exchange. A secret for a secret. But since your pride is greater, then speak for Catasachs. You know he is the greatest healer of the island. A member of the council. And he also has gone missing.
Much more than that. Daughter of Blatnit.
What do you mean?
Undivorced Tire. Catasachs died from the wounds he received during the battle in the field. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Catasachs had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Reichtümer were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantin. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Reichtümer?
Examine him, to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Catasachs. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Ein Schlag, Leute. Ein Schlag. Die haben alle große Fresse. Mann. Hier rum.
Catasachs. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell. Afra would know how to get information from this body. I'll need to go and find her.
Was?
Afra would know how to get information from this body.
Ah.
I'll need to go and find her.
Weil die andere hier die Jägerin-Klasse hat und damit diese Intuitionsskillung, kann sie den Leichnam untersuchen. Aber das hat man auch noch nicht, dass das Spiel sagt, jemand anders hat die Fähigkeiten, die du nicht hast, also hol den mal schnell in die Gruppe. Der macht das. Genau, er hat diese Beweglichkeit, Genauigkeit, Ausdauer. Sie hatte das Magie-Zeug, kämpft aber trotzdem mit dem Schwert. Und kann halt auch diese Beschichtung machen. Wie war das? Versammeln? Nehmen wir ihn kurz raus. Und sie hat das. Steht zwar jetzt nicht da, dass sie das kann. Ach doch, da unten. Nee. Achso, genau. Genauigkeit, Stärke, Ausdauer. Nee, steht halt nicht da, dass sie das kann. Ich meine, sie ist natürlich irgendwas. Ärztin oder Forscherin oder irgendwas. Vielleicht kann sie damit was anfangen mit den Wunden. Aber der Text kam mir, als ich das mit diesem Intuitionstalent oder so angeklickt hatte. Ja, das sind Snack. Ups. Meinst du früh? Hier. Mal gucken, ob das jetzt geht. Wenn ich das jetzt mit X. Nee.
Here is the body of Catasachs. Could you examine it and tell us what you make of his wounds?
Of course. This won't be the first time I've examined a corpse. We note a great number of large, blunt force contusions, covering the entire surface of the victim's body. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear, nor are there any visible bullet entry points. Practically every bone has been broken in multiple places. The rib cage was torn open and then collapsed. The open wound reveals multiple perforations of the vital organs. Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is blackened, exposed to a flame, no doubt. And we also note several patches of mineral residue. They seem oddly out of place in spite of the exotic insular origin of our deceased. I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds proved to be the fatal blow, but one thing is certain.
He was smashed violently by a giant rock that was without a doubt on fire.
Yes. These wounds are similar to those given by a heated cannon shot, though in a less regular fashion.
The dead soldiers we found had identical wounds. As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible for this attack is capable of wielding molten rock.
In any other circumstance, your conclusion would qualify you for an asylum. But I stand on the side of the improbable. The natives' powers reside outside the body of knowledge we possess.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Catasachs. The power to call volcano fires could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened to Catasachs?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help, then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Ach so, das ist die Heilerin, ne? Also die, wo wir gedacht haben, dass die ein Heilmittel machen kann? Nee. Doch, müsste sie sein. Wo wir da von den anderen ausgetrickst wurden. Glaube ich, war die ist gerade gemeint. So. Jetzt wollte ich noch mal was schauen. Quest. Hä? Langsam ist komisch. Okay, wir werden jetzt hier nichts mehr machen. Also, dann sehen wir uns im nächsten Part wieder. Entweder hier noch oder schon bei der anderen im Dorf, um die zu fragen, wie das Ritual geht. Bis dahin, ciao Leute.